Good morning, one and all. In the yesterday class, that is last class, we have learnt up to diagonal matrix. So what is meant a diagonal matrix? A matrix having non-zero elements at the diagonal positions only. Non-zero elements at the diagonal diagonal positions is and remaining places are zero. That is called a diagonal matrix. Next, square matrix, scalar matrix. Next one is scalar matrix.
Sixth one, sir.
A diagonal matrix whose all diagonal elements are all equal is called a scalar matrix. For example, I am considering a matrix which is also a diagonal. That is, the diagonal positions are non-zero. So 3, 3, 3. And remaining all elements are zeros. Such matrix is known as a scalar matrix. So scalar matrix is also a diagonal matrix, but at the diagonal position, all elements are same only. Whereas in diagonal matrix, all elements need not be same. Sometimes it may be same and sometimes may not be. If all the elements are same, that diagonal matrix becomes scalar matrix also. If the diagonal elements are not equal, then that diagonal matrix is not a scalar matrix. So the definition of scalar matrix, a diagonal matrix whose all the diagonal elements are equal is called a scalar matrix. For example, this one is a matrix of order 3 by 3 with elements 3 0 0 0 3 0 0 0 3. This is a scalar matrix of order 3. Next one is unit matrix. Or identity matrix. So a diagonal matrix whose diagonal position elements are all ones only. That is, if you consider a matrix of order 3 by 3, all the diagonal elements should be 1 and remaining elements should be 0. Such matrix is known as unit matrix or identity matrix. This is an identity matrix of order 3 by 3 and this is an identity matrix of order 2 by 2. This is indicated by I2. Whereas this is indicated by I3 because identity matrix of order 3. So the definition of unit matrix or identity matrix is a diagonal matrix whose all the diagonal elements elements are ones or units, whatever is called a unit matrix, a unit matrix or an identity matrix. An identity matrix. Okay, this is the definition of unit or identity matrix. Next definition is null matrix. Next definition is null or zero matrix. Null or zero matrix. Null means zero. Null means zero. So a matrix having all the entries or all the elements are zero is known as null matrix. Moreover, this matrix should not be diagonal. It may be non-diagonal matrix also. So if all the elements of a matrix are zero, comma, it is known as a null matrix or zero matrix. It is indicated by or denoted by. It is denoted by capital O. It is denoted by capital O. Example for null matrix is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is one example. And 0, 0, 0, 0. All the entries are zeros. These are null matrices. Okay. Next, symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. Let us go for symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. Symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. For example, first I will explain you the example. With this example, you can have a clear idea about symmetric matrix. If you observe, what is the position of 5 here? What is the position of 5 here? First row, second column. Similarly, this 5, the second 5 is second row, first column. Okay. Similarly, if you observe the position of 2, what is the position of this 2? First row, third column. First row, third column. Similarly, the position of 2 here is third row, first column. And similarly, what about 9? 9 is in this 9. 9 is at the place second row, third column. And this 9 is at the place third row, second column. So if you interchange the place of an element with suffixes, the interchange must be with suffixes only. If you interchange the suffixes, then you can have the same element in the matrix. Such matrix is known as skew symmetric matrix. That is, this definition can be expressed as a square matrix, a square matrix capital A is equal to some Aij. The matrices are indicated by like this. Aij is said to be a symmetric matrix, if Aij is equal to Aj for all I and j, which means that is ijth that is ijth element in a matrix is equal to jith element in that matrix, Okay, so whenever you are interchange the suffixes, then the interchanged position also having the same value that of original suffix place. Ikkada 1, 2, first row, second column. If you interchange the position, second row, first column. At first row, second column, the element is 5. Whereas second row, first column element, the element is also 5. So similarly, 2 and 9 also. So in that manner, all the non-diagonal elements, if you observe clearly, this can be happen only for the non-diagonal elements. So this can be happened, this should be happened for all non-diagonal elements in the matrix. Then only it is called a symmetric matrix. Otherwise, it is not a symmetric. That is, if this condition is holds only for 5 and 2 and not for 9, then that is not a symmetric matrix. It should be happen for all the non-diagonal elements in the matrix. Then only we can say that the square matrix, the given matrix is a symmetric matrix. Similarly, skew symmetric matrix means Aij is equal to minus Aji. It should be happen like minus Aji. That is, if you have 5 at the 1, 2 place, minus 5 at the 2, 1 place, 2 at 1, 3 place, minus 2 at the 3, 1 place, 9 at 2, 3 place, 9 minus 9 at the 3, 2 place. Just only the difference between symmetric and non-symmetric matrices. Okay, let us define clearly the definition of skew symmetric matrix. Okay, so next type of the matrix is skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix. A square matrix capital A is equal to Aij of order Aij is said to be a skew symmetric matrix if Aij is equal to minus AJI for all I and J, for all I and J, that is ijth element in a matrix is equal to opposite symbol of jith element of the same matrix, Okay, here we can write I not equal to j, that is non-diagonal elements. Similarly, in the previous page also, for all I and j, semicolon, I not equals to j, which represents non-diagonal elements. So you can give another example here. Example, capital A is equal to 3 minus 6 9 minus 2 2 8 minus 8 5 minus 5 and 5 here. So what are the positions of non-diagonal elements? Let us observe. Minus 2 is the position at first row second column. What about the position at second row first column element? Second row first column element is 2 only. So you can express 2 as minus of minus 2. Okay, that is the original element is minus 2. So its opposite sign plus 2. So this is a condition for skew symmetric matrix. Next, observe the element 8. What is the position of 8? First row, third column. So if you interchange the suffixes, third row, first column element, which is the element? Minus 8. So both are having opposite signs. Next, if you observe 5 minus 5, what is the position? Second row, third column. If you interchange the suffixes, third row, second column, which element? Third row, second column, 5. Both are having opposite signs. Here we can also, we can think like that. Minus 2 at 1 2 place is there, and at 2 1 place its opposite sign plus 2, because plus 2. Okay, so it is easy to learn like this. So a is equal to 3 minus 2 8, 2 minus 6 minus 5 minus 8 5 9 is a skew symmetric matrix. These two definitions are very important, sometimes may ask in the examination point of view. So these two matrices play an important role in the examination point of view. Okay, next, triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix. In this we are having two upper triangle and lower triangle matrices. Okay, for this I can give you triangular matrix. In this we can have two matrices. First one, upper triangular matrix, and second one, lower triangle matrix. Lower triangular matrix. What is the difference between these two? Let us observe. So if you observe this example a matrix of order 3 by 3, which is having the elements as A, H, G, 0, B, F, 0, 0, C, 0, 0, C. If you observe here, this is the principal diagonal. This is A, B, C is the principal diagonal. Above the principal diagonal, the elements are non-zero. Below the principal diagonal, the elements are 0. So, if the elements above the principal diagonal are non-zero, that is called upper triangle matrix. Similarly, if below the principal diagonal elements are non-zero, that is, for example, P, Q, R, and remaining elements are zeros, okay. So this is C belongs to third row, third column only. So what you have observed here in the principal diagonal, below the principal diagonal, the elements are non-zero and above zeros. So this is called a lower triangular matrix. That is the upper triangular and lower triangular matrices. Let us define in detail a square matrix. All a square matrix whose elements below the leading diagonal are zeros in bracket. Above the leading diagonal are non-zeros is called an upper triangular matrix. Similarly, we can also define lower triangular matrix. A square matrix whose elements above the leading diagonal are non-zeros, whose elements above are zeros only, comma below the principal leading diagonal, below the leading diagonal are non-zeros is called a lower triangular matrix. Next, we will go for singular and non-singular matrices. These are types of matrices, but before that we have to learn the determinant of the matrix. So afterwards we can follow the afterwards we can follow the singular and non-singular matrices. So first, determinant of a matrix. Determinant of a matrix. This is a new concept. Also, you are familiar in the intermediate stage. This is of two types in generally. For 2 by 2 matrix, for 2 by 2 matrix, how we can find out the determinant of a matrix? Let us see. The determinant of a, here we can write the determinant of a matrix, of a square matrix only, of a square matrix, capital A, is given by det A, that is with spelling or determinant of A. Okay. For 2 by 2 matrix, the determinant, how we can find out? Let us see. For 2 by 2 matrix, determinant, how we can find out? Let us see. If capital A is equal to, if capital A is equal to A, B, C, D, then determinant of capital A is det A is equal to simple cross multiplication, AD minus BC, A into D minus BC. This is the determinant for 2 by 2 matrix. What about 3 by 3 matrix? Let us see. For a 3 by 3 matrix, let us consider an example. Let capital A is equal to, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Then det A is equal to, okay, first consider this element A. So A into, delete the corresponding row and column, then you get a 2 by 2 matrix of elements E, F, H, I. Write down first one, E, F, H, I. Okay. Once again, I am repeating you. First, consider the element small a into, delete the corresponding row and corresponding column of A. Then you have get a 2 by 2 matrix of elements E, F, H, I. Write down that 2 by 2 matrix in determinant. That is A into determinant of 2 by 2 matrix. Next, for B, for this middle element, we have to change the sign. If B is having plus sign, you have to write here minus B. If B is having minus sign, you have to write here plus. So this rule, that is changing of sign rule, only applicable for middle element only, not for the extreme elements. So if you consider B, write down the opposite sign and B into, by deleting the corresponding row and column, then you get a 2 by 2 matrix of elements D, F, G, I. So write down that one, D, F, G, I. So B into determinant of the 2 by 2 matrix plus, next C. C need not to consider its opposite sign. You have to consider the same sign only. So C into, delete the corresponding row and column, then you get a 2 by 2 matrix of elements D, E, G, H. D, E, G, H. So C into determinant of D, E, G, H. So this is the calculation of determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix. If these are, as these are elements, we can simplify like this: A into determinant of 2 by 2 matrix, just cross multiplication, EI minus HF minus B into DI minus GF plus C into DH minus G. As these are elements only, we cannot simplify further. If these are all numbers, we can make simplification further up to 2 to 3 steps. That is, the determinant is a value, numerical value, not an expression. Okay. Finally, we can get a numerical value for determinant of a matrix. Okay. The problems on determinant we do after introduction classes. Now we will go for the next type of matrix, singular and non-singular matrix. Next, singular matrix. Singular matrix. Okay. A matrix, a square matrix is said to be a singular matrix if its determinant is equal to 0. Its determinant is equal to 0. That's one I have written here. A square matrix is a square matrix capital A is singular if determinant of capital A is equal to 0. That is, for example, if we consider capital A is equal to 2412, 2412, then what about its determinant? Determinant of A is equal to A, simply AD minus BC, 2 into 2 minus 4 into 1, that is 4 minus 4, 0. So as its determinant is 0, this implies capital A is a singular matrix. Singular matrix. A is singular matrix. Otherwise, that is what happened. Let us see. Otherwise, that is non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. That is a square matrix. A square matrix is non-singular, comma, if determinant of A is not equal to 0. Is not equal to 0. For example, if you consider A is equal to 403 minus 2. What about its determinant? This implies determinant of A is equal to 4 into minus 2 minus 0 into 3. That is 4 into minus 2 minus 8. Minus 8 minus 0 minus 8 only. Which is not equal to 0. Which is not equal to 0. So, capital A is a non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. Okay. Next concept is equality of matrices. Equality of matrices. Equality of matrices. That is, the concept is about if you have given two matrices, one matrix A is equal to this one and another matrix B is equal to another one. When do you say these two matrices A and B are equal? That is the concept. When do you say these two matrices are equal? That is the concept. Okay. So this will be explained in the next part, that is next class. Okay, students, I think all of you have got clear idea about the types of matrices. Okay, so this is the introduction of